it's Beth Norman Roberts. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Ontario. If you live in Canada, I would be happy to be your demonstrator. Today's technique is going to be the chalkboard technique, but there's going to be a twist on it. We're going to kick it up a notch today. We're going to color our chalkboard technique. I don't know if you've seen it. I haven't. So let's get started. At the timing of this filming, All Bundled Up is in the clearance section for the Canadians. So check it out. They may even be available in other countries. I'm going to use this cute moose. And then Brewed for You, I'm going to use this mug. And then On the Ocean, I'm going to use this ship's wheel. So the first thing we're going to do is pull out our Whisper White Stampin' Pad. You can buy it and get the re-inker. Now I haven't re-inked mine because I really liked, when I did my prototype, I liked the fact that it didn't press as heavy. It looked more like a chalkboard. So the first thing I want to do is take my little wheel and I'm going to stamp it along the top because I thought it would be fun to make it look like a pupboard. And then I'm going to stamp out 2 mugs. Yeah, it looks good and saturated. And then I want to do another mug. And it's quite okay to overlap because this is glass and you can see through it. So it doesn't look like it's just landed on top of each other. I kept these up high because we're going to do a sentiment underneath and draw a line around just like you would see on one of the pub boards. And for this, I'm going to take my Another Round for Your Birthday, which comes from the Brewed for You. All right. We're going to draw some line work. And I want to make sure that I have them on a long line, so that would be your 1/4 inch, 1/2, and 3/4, so that it will be exactly the same from edge to edge, so it makes an even line. Now I want to do it in the middle, maybe just a little higher. And taking a white pencil, I'm going to draw a line to the wheel on both sides. And then again down below. Let's see. Here. Okay. And then I'll do the sides. So how many of you did see the chalkboard technique done before? Is it one that you like? Is this a new technique? Love to hear from you. So now the fun begins. We're going to use just an eye brow sponge, which I got at the dollar store. And I'm just going to tap it into the white. And then I take a scrap here and just make sure that a lot of it's taken off so that it isn't too bright. You want to make this look like chalk marks. What I do is I go along the lines and I set it down, and then I just lightly pull to make it look like chalk smudges. Want this one to go out a little bit more. So there's no right and there's no wrong way to do this. This just shows how I would like to do it. You can put a little bit of smudges around if you like. Keeping your ink in one direction so that it doesn't get a bumpy appearance. Taking my white watercolor pencil, I'm going to color in every other section of the scarf. So it's going to be, I want a red striped scarf. And I think I like the red because it looks so Canadian, eh? Canadian, eh? And then I'll color the rest of the stripes in with white once I'm done the red. I just need to do this as a base so that we can color, because we often see very colorful and beautiful, beautiful chalkboard signs in coffee shops and out on the sidewalks. There's some beautiful artwork done with chalks. Next, I'm taking my red and I'm going to color right over top of it. Now I'm going to color in the remainder with my white so it gives it a really nice striped scarf. Now we have a little bit of color. I'm going to add some chalk marks now. Now I think I want to add a sentiment to it. So I'm going to use, it's feeling a lot like Christmas. And a good idea when you're using the blocks rather than a stamparatus is you hold your stamps in one hand and make sure you have a very light touch when you tap your ink onto your image or sentiments, and especially with this white because it can be pretty strong and you might get some ink on around the edges here. So it's important to look every time that you don't have some ink where you don't want it. I'm going to put even pressure down. And I'm just going to tap in the center there so that I make sure I have it all. There, it's feeling a lot like Christmas. Now there I move my stamp, so I do have a little line there, but I'm gonna get that out of there just by simply putting a chalk smush. Now I would like to do something on the top here. I think I will take an old stamp set and put a sentiment there. You may recognize this stamp set. It's Dashing Deer. It's lovely. And believe it or not, I haven't used it much. So I'm going to take Happiest Christmas Wishes. That's what I want. Take my other stamps off. I'm going to put this along the grid line so that I can make sure my words are even. Oh, we want it the other way. All right. That looks pretty good. Oh dear. Trying to get an even amount of white ink, and let's see how this will stamp out. I think I'm going to put it along this open spot here just to keep things a little more eye-pleasing. There we go. Just like so. So this is my card, and I am going to finish it off with a pop of red. There. I just love when you add a color. It just makes things pop. And it also makes me see a few little open lines. So I'm going to stop the video and then I will start once I'm ready to glue. I want to fill in these lines and make it look a little neater. I'm going to glue my chalkboard down to the mat. These are all my little experiments. And then down to my card front, or my card. Now, if you'd like to bling up your card, you certainly can. That's always a very nice detail. And just for the fun of it, I went ahead and made a second one of these mousse, and I put a little bit of bling on it. And I'm going to show you just how cute that looks. So here are the two cards that we did today. One with direct chalk and one with watercolors. When my husband looked at this, he said it looks very Canadian. Just wait till he edits my video and see what I say. To bling up my moose card, I added some gold poinsettia leaves, and then I colored some white pearls with my ink blends, and I think that looks pretty cute. I hope you liked this video today. Thank you for joining me, and stay tuned for some more tutorials. Subscribe if you haven't done so, because you don't want to miss what I have coming up. Thank you for visiting. Bye-bye.